Hey guys, Oni here with episode 32 of our Dytech Factorio Let's Play, Season 3. Alright. Okay, so, off camera I went ahead and replaced the majority, or if not all, of the incoming belt for my iron field with the fast track. And now what's happened is that you'll see that my current miners are not able to keep up with the fast track and they can't saturate it, which is kind of a problem. So, in order to solve that problem, I already went ahead and got rid of the miners that were done, like this one right here and this one right here. I'm gonna put down two. Well, I think two should be. Let's see what kind of an impact we can do with by adding two. Let's add two Mark III drills to this setup here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sweet. So it doesn't. I guess it does kind of matter what side I put this on, because the side I put it on might end up being fully saturated by the time it gets down to here. But let's go for it. So if I put it right here, then the mining area of this Mark III drill will overlap the mining area of these two vanilla drills, or Mark Is. Sweet. Military 8. So we have access to the laser shotgun now, as well as the advanced batteries, but we don't have any of the gems you need to make the batteries yet, so it's kind of just there for when we get there. I could probably start doing the metallurgic ore smelting 6 now that I have a bunch of extra alien artifacts from those, expeditions I was doing to get rid of those biter bases, like one at a time. So let's go ahead and start that. And in a second here, we'll go over there and feed it some artifacts. So I'm kind of debating whether I want to put this right here and overlap the mining areas, and which would result in this area getting mined out faster. I guess it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we can always just put down miners wherever they're needed. So yeah, let's just do this and then this, and we'll put a power pole in between them. I don't have. Oh, I do have some. Sweet. All right. So let's see how that does. It's not going to fully saturate both sides, which is going to bug me. So let's go ahead and make sure it does at least attempt to saturate both sides. Maybe not fully. Yeah, it's not fully saturated, but it's a lot better than it was. So let's do it on both sides, though. That way it's nice and symmetrical. So you can go here, and you can go here. All right, so maybe occasionally the last couple miners here in this line will not be able to put down their iron every once in a while. But they should find gaps every now and then. Like, see, they're stopping, but then every once in a while they'll find the gap to put their iron. And that should result in more iron getting over to our furnaces, which is good, because you'll see that with the old setup, or this before I added those miners, that these last couple furnaces here weren't getting any iron at all. Okay, so while I go down here to start putting some artifacts in my alien science pack setup, I want to mention that I did go ahead and download the latest version of Dytech that was released last week. And I also downloaded the latest version of Factorio. That is not what we're using right now. I downloaded it. I'm actually still downloading it right now, actually, as I record this, because I guess Amazon S3 is kind of slow right now for me. Usually pretty fast. Not sure what's going on. But anyway, actually, let's not do that many. Give me some back. Sweet. All right, let's do this again. It's going to be under this, and then Alien Science Pack. There you go. Okay, so I'm downloading that to test it out to see if my save file is even compatible with the new version, because if you guys look at it, the newest version of Dytech that he just released is actually only 4 modules. He kind of consolidated a lot of things, and now instead of having 8 different or 9 different modules, it's only 4 of them. There's like the core, the electricity, the machine, and the warfare. I think that's how it goes. And if I looked at his little planner that he had set up before, he had posted a picture of his I think he used Mine Manager. If anybody's ever used that, I think it's what he used for his planning. But basically, he had outlined that he wanted to do things like nuclear power, and but I'm not sure if that's actually in the game in the newest version of Dytech. I haven't got around to testing it yet. But hopefully later on tonight, once I'm done downloading it, I'll be able to shoot it up or fire it up and see if my save file is compatible. If it is, that's great. I also know that he got rid of the extra science packs in this newest version, so you're back to using just the regular science packs from vanilla, which I don't really mind. I know some people might like the extra complexity, but it doesn't really make a big difference to me. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and test that out later on, and hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be able to switch over to the newest version of Dytech. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck with... Not stuck. I mean, it's not a bad version by any means. But otherwise, we're going to be using this version for the foreseeable future until this series or season ends, unless I can find a way to easily port over my save. Which could very well involve, like, if I really got to the point where I wanted to, I could, end up doing things like, oh, what do I have now? And I'd probably end up just, like, spawning in whatever I have now to sort of get me to where I am. But, I mean, even though it's kind of legit, it still feels like kind of like cheating. So, I don't know. Right now, I'm just over here just going ahead and making sure that I'm getting the last little bit of this copper over here. Because, I mean, even though we have that copper field you know, serving us now. Any little bit helps, so that's what I'm doing now. All right, so with that done, got plenty of copper coming in. I have not upgraded these guys to fast track yet. I don't think I need to right now. I was going over some ideas as far as what I can do for a secondary main bus down here with the iron over here and the copper over here. And I'm thinking that maybe, because like when I built this main bus up here originally, you know, as you guys watched as I progressed, I built it down and I didn't really branch off anywhere. I mean, I did occasionally like this, but I sort of like tended to try to build the majority of the starting factory machines fairly close to the bus, which makes sense. But it resulted in a very compact base, and I'm thinking that for the next bus I do, I'm going to do like a tree, or not a tree, but like a branching idea where the main bus goes down some center lane, and then you branch off to the left and right, like seriously to the left and right, not like curved, like 90 degrees to the right or 90 degrees to the left, and you put your stuff there, and see how that works out for me. All right, so we have before we set up these solar panels over here, and they're serving us pretty well. We have plenty of stored up energy and plenty of reserve power to go for. I think at one point I had mentioned that I was basing my statement about my Mark II engines being full or being you know, at their maximum production levels on this little bar here. That's not true, and I'm sure somebody probably mentioned it in the comments, which I by now I've probably replied to. But yeah, that's not how it works. I had originally thought that maybe, or that this bar here represented how much of the production they were using that they could use. And I assumed that because this bar was full, it meant that all of my blue engines were working at their maximum capacity. It's not really what it means. It's more like a representation of who's doing the most work. Because if I look over my, if I highlight one of my, it doesn't matter because they're all doing the same basically because the power is evenly distributed. So if I just highlight one, you'll see that their performance right now is nowhere near the max. I mean, it's a little bit over halfway there, but it's not, I'm not in danger of maxing it out currently. So we should be good for the power situation there. All right, so today, what do we want to do today? Well, I'd certainly love to get started on a new sort of bus setup over here. That would involve making some more of these fancy Mark III miners to sort of supplement the copper income. So I'm going to need to make sure I have plenty of these materials, which is going to require a lot of iron. It's always the main thing, is a lot of iron. I also want to build, I mentioned like when I first started the series or the season that I wanted to build like a huge storage area for like copper and iron because, you know, I thought it would look cool and, you know, I just like the idea of having a very large storage area for copper and iron. And I don't have that. I don't have that yet. If you watch the multiplayer series with me and Root Negative, which I'm hoping gets started back up pretty soon here. I think he's still working. Last time I spoke to him was like a couple days ago. And basically he's still working on getting his internet set up at his new place. So can't really record anything right now because I can't connect to him. So yeah. But if you watch that, you'll see that he had set up that sort of buffer zone that contains like the 10 or 15 chests that are just that are gonna be nothing but like iron or copper as the bus fills up and, you know, gets at capacity. It'll start putting the items in the buffer, and then the buffer starts to fill up, and when you wind up with these giant arrays of chests that are just full of iron. I like that design a lot. All right, so we need lots of copper, and we can only make one of these apparently because we're out of stone. Speaking of stone, let's go ahead and make ourselves. Actually, we don't need to make one. We can just move this thing over here because when I originally moved over the copper smelting area, I had pushed everything over one tile, but I never actually pushed over the stone production. So I've sort of been just using my stone that I've had since then for my stone requirements, which is not a good idea. So go ahead and set that up again. So I need to get the coal from somewhere. So I mean, obviously I can get the coal right here. So I mean, I could do a splitter. Yeah, I mean, I could do a splitter. If I break these guys, nobody should complain. Alright, let's take a splitter, which I don't like splitting off the coal, but coal's not really in large, it's not really being used in large quantities, so it shouldn't really affect anything that much. Break these guys, let's put some underground belts here to give us some room to build. Just one, should be good for right now. Whoops. Okay, and now we can just turn left here. And I do want to make sure I keep this coal or copper open for eventually, but not right now. Ooh, look at this wave. Holy crap. I may want to look into an oh no. Emerald King Spitter. That's the first time I've seen one of these guys, and he is nasty. Oh man. And of course none of my guys, there we go. Just gotta get him a little angry and get him to walk a little closer, and then my guys can take care of him. So I'm gonna have to put a sniper turret up here, most definitely. Unless, where'd it go? There it is. Put one right, put him in the back, so he doesn't get targeted immediately. Here you go. You can have all my ammo. I'll grab some more for myself later on. Oh, I have some right here. Never mind. I'm good. So that should be able to take care of any of the emerald biters that I run into. And I have 44 turrets engaged, so I should be good. All right. So back to my stone. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's see. We can do something like this. Compact build where we sort of share the. Oh, that's not gonna work either because I need somewhere to put the stone. Actually, wouldn't this work just as well? This would work just as well if I do this. Because if I do something like this, I go just straight down like that. Oops, like that. And I put a guy right here, for example, and I use a regular inserter because I don't need stone that fast, to be honest. And then I use a long-handed inserter. Do I have any on me? No, I don't. Make a long-handed inserter. You should be able to grab the coal, and then if I give everybody some power, everybody's happy. The only real slowdown, quote-unquote, is from the fact that it takes 2 stone per stone brick. And this still kind of has a problem where I don't have an output area. I mean, I can't, I don't want to move this because this is supplying my Dytech science packs, so... Tell you what I can do is I can sort of work around that by doing the following. I can do my outputs going like this. Then do another guy right here and then do the same setup. Where I do one of these guys and one of the long-handed inserters. And then I put down a power pole. And then we do some exports. Now, do I want long-handed inserters? I don't think I really need long-handed inserters for the, or sorry, not long-handed, fast inserters for this because it smells pretty slow anyway, so long as I can just make sure these guys, I mean, these guys should be able to keep up with it just fine. So now I can do something like this. And just reconnect it to this line over here, and he should start putting the stone back in the chest. And I'll go ahead and get rid of the limit here. And I'll make this guy a passive provider chest so I have access to it in the network. So I can always request any stone that I need. And there we go. We've re-automated stone bricks. Now, I need some of these stone bricks for myself because it takes a lot of stone bricks to make one of these advanced mining drills. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that because I make one and I use up pretty much all of my. I think it's either I think it's stone gears or iron gears. One of the two. I use a lot of stone gears or iron gears when I make the first one, which then if I make one immediately afterwards, it queues up the stone gears and iron gears manually, which I don't want to do that. So let's wait and see if I have those queued up anywhere. If so, I'll cancel it and redo it so I don't have to make those manually. I mean, it's not difficult to make manually, it's just kind of annoying. Okay. So, right now, we might want to look into possibly upgrading, not upgrading our walls, but at least looking into possibly getting some clay brick walls. Because those have a lot more, those have double the health of my sand walls. And we are starting to get to the point where we're getting those advanced biters or advanced spitters that are attacking us, so definitely not a bad idea, that's for sure. Alright. And I totally forgot to put... No, I didn't. Never mind. We're good. I was like, I forgot to put in the alien artifacts for my science. But I did forget to put in... I don't think I put in enough. I think it requires 500. And I put in 30. And you get 10 per artifact. So I need to give it like 20 or something. 20 more or so. And these guys are working slow. Because you guys do not have enough blue science packs. Because you don't have enough... What? Well, you guys have enough of everything. What's this? There's no slowdown here. I don't understand. Just because you're slow? Is that all? I mean, if I give you guys some speed modules, Speed it up. Come on. Granted, they're only Mark 1 speed modules, but still. Better than nothing. Speaking of which, we can probably upgrade those. It just needs some electronic circuits, steel plates, and iron plates. Which actually might be better if we waited to do that until we set up our new bus system. So let's actually just sort of do a little detour here. And okay, I'm also getting low on green science packs? Again, just because you're slow, that's all. And probably because I just finished researching, you know, whatever that, I think it was like military 8. So my science packs were constantly in use. So I may want to add some more production for science packs, but I'm not sure we're going to, I mean, I could definitely fit more green in here. And if I finagle this iron line here, I could fit more blue science pack production. But I could also probably just upgrade the speed modules or upgrade the assembling machines themselves. So we'll see about that. Okay. So let's see. What's all this junk over here? Those are dead biters. Okay. So I'm going to need some furnaces. I'm going to go with the regular ones just for right now. I don't know. I don't think I have enough to make a lot. Yeah, I'm missing steel, which I have being requested. So it is going to be brought to me, so I can just make some more when I get some more. We're going to go with, let's see how much that gives us. I think it's like 12 or 13 or so. Oh, no, never mind. It's a lot more than that. Sorry, it's like 16. We'll go with 16 and see how that does for the initial copper production. Probably way too much. I'm pretty sure it's way too much. But we'll see. Actually, it might not be too much. We'll see. So let's go down here. And I don't want to mess I mean, I do need stone, obviously. And this is one of 2 stone deposits that are nearby. I could probably get this one instead. Yeah, I'll go for this one instead. So if I interrupt this stone or mess up this stone, it's not a big deal. Get rid of this guy. He's not needed anymore. And I've sort of shot myself in the foot again in terms of room. Because I put down so many solar panels. But not a big deal because we need them. So let's see. With the removal or with the when I did go ahead and got rid of those biter bases down here. Let me go see how many of these guys do I have stored up. These distractor capsules. Quite a bit. Sweet. Let's save the game. Whatever. Doesn't matter what is it called. I need to prune out my save mine or my save folder. I save early, I save often. All right. Is there any way that I can get away with destroying some more biter bases? Fast and easily. Probably not. Distractor capsule right here. And then... Oh, no, they're going to get killed immediately. So that didn't work. Okay. I was going to say that maybe we can push down our wall line, or, yeah, our walls, like one more level. But obviously, it's not going to work that's not going to work right now. Holy crap, I pissed him off really good, didn't I? Let's kill this king spitter. Or at least get him angry. So he gets a little closer. There we go. And this, my friends, is why I want to invest in better walls. But the majority of the time, I think it's they're all just spitting over it, so it's not really a wall issue. It's more of a spitter issue. Holy crap, I used up all my power that fast? Oh, I disconnected you guys from the network. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. There you go. So I guess it is required. My bad. Let's move it down to like right here. Out of the way. Holy crap, they broke through 2 layers of walls. Yeah, I need to upgrade these walls. These walls need to be upgraded. Come on, I just went through all this trouble to make it so I didn't have to deal with you guys, and now I have to deal with you guys. Come on. Shoot this mofo. I don't like wasting my distractors like this, but kind of have to. Just poison too. Poison's pretty good. Oh yeah, he's going down. Come on. I mean, you look at his health, it's going down pretty fast, but when you It's like when you look at the bigger picture, it's like, yeah, he's not going down anytime soon. All right, let's see if we can sort of relocate some of these solar panels. Got a little trigger happy with the solar panel placement. I mean, there's tons of room over here I could utilize because there's not any biter bases over here. So I may, yeah, I'll probably do that. I'll probably just move the solar panels over here where there's more room, and use this area over here for the secondary smelting area. Let's do that. I know we're all over the place. Let's just, yeah. Sorry about that, but I keep finding new ways to do things. So. Okay, so to make this somewhat easy, we already have a blueprint that's going to allow us to easily build out our defenses as we move out. Let's go ahead and poison these forests real quick so we can get rid of those trees before we go out there. Let's run back to our base and grab our pattern or our blueprint for the defenses. Into my pattern chest, which is I think I put it up here. Yeah, so which one of you guys is the... There you go. Okay, and I also need a RoboPort. I prefer another Mark 1 because it has that large range, which means I only want to put down one. I know sometimes I wanted to use the smaller ones, but there were reasons behind that. And is mostly associated with the fact that I didn't want them I didn't want them to try to repair these walls while I was constantly under attack. But now that I don't have that problem anymore, I feel safer using a larger area with the RoboPort. So let's see if I go to Dytech machines. No, it's under it is under it's always under here. I need more blue and steel. Blue science packs and steel. I mean, how far does this go? Because I'm not sure if I want to run back to the base right now. For right now, we'll go ahead and we'll just chain together some regular ones, and then we'll replace it with a bigger one later on. Nah, we'll get the bigger one now because I have the materials, and why not? Why not make the bigger one? I have the materials for it. Wish I would have thought of that before I came back over here. And this is another reason why I really want the better suit, so I can put more legs in my suit, more of those exoskeleton legs. Because running back and forth these long distances is not. After a while, you really wish you had the legs, man. That's all I'm saying. All right, so we need steel, more steel. Let's request some more steel from the system. Let's do 175. Let's go grab some blue circuits ourselves. We should have tons of those built up. Well, maybe not tons, but you know what I mean. All right. Got our steel. Let's make one of these Mark 1s. And of course, got to make the steel gears. And anything else we can get rid of or don't need right now? Everything else can stay for right now. It's not a whole lot that's taking up, you know. I guess there's some stuff taking up space, but for right now, I'm focused more on this expansion. So I can get started on this copper and iron build. I mean, ideally, I'd like to have the copper and iron, the new buses next to each other, but with the positioning of these fields, it's not very practical. So we're just going to wait for this guy to finish building. We can also go ahead and just blueprint out the build before we put this guy down. It'll just warn us and say that, hey, you don't have the required robots to do this yet. And I'll say, yeah, I know. Put that there, put that there. There. And for right now, we're going to go with a modest build. Whoops, I mean, how do I, yeah. I was gonna, let's see, I want to do something like this. Go ahead and ghost build out. We can put that on our RoboPort now. So let's put this guy down. I know it's kind of going to overlap a little bit, but okay, it's okay. Put this guy down. Let's open up a little space here so we can walk. Let's see. So if I want to put the corner, yeah, like I said, it's not going to be a huge expansion. Just enough room to put some solar panels down. So we have that room over to the left for these smelters. So put it like right there. That should be able to meet up with any. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Sort of continue the pattern. This should, of course, maintain the connection with the power source. I shouldn't have to worry about any sort of disconnections from the network. to power these turrets. Really? Ooh, that's gonna be... Ooh, never mind. Hold up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's stop right there. Stop this. Okay, maybe not that modest. Okay, maybe it's a little bit less modest. Let's see if we can cut the corner, which is gonna give us, of course, less room, but also less death. You know? That's always good, to get less death. I think so, at least. let's go for, I mean, I don't like the fact that they're overlapping so much as far as the power poles go, but what are you gonna do? It'll be alright. Not as pretty as the other corner, but it'll work. And then we'll just continue this until we get to the wall that's currently there. Beat it up like that, and then now we have a little bit of a extra space over here. We can sort of move over some of these solar panels that are in the way over to here. Also, queue up these trees for deconstruction. I'm not going to poison them. There's only like 2 or 3. And then we'll let these guys build this over time. It'll take them a while because, like I said before, I only have so many robots. So until it's done, let's reconnect that wall so we don't get ambushed somehow. I mean, I'm not sure how advanced the pathfinding is on these biters, but I'm sure that if with my luck they'd... Oh, and look at this. Come on. No, no, no. Look at me. Look at me. I gotta try to distract these guys. They see easy targets. They're like, oh man. They're like level 60s in a level 1 zone. Come on. Alright. Sorry, can you guys like maybe, you know, maybe it's like plan this out a little bit better? Like maybe you guys all come from the same area. You know, like, hey, the majority of my sand walls are in this chest. Let's all grab it from this chest instead of like grabbing it from every chest that it exists in. Maybe. Please? I didn't think so. Alright. So I guess we could use some more construction bots because over time mine have died off because I've been stupid and let them work while they're being attacked, like what just happened. And let's see. I do have... I mean, of course, I'm always building up... I'm slowly building up a nice supply of these blue circuits. But of course, each individual robot takes 10. So let's grab a bunch of those guys. We're going to need some more of these flying robot frames, of course. I'm thinking I'll add like 35 more. Which means I probably grab way too many blue circuits. But let's do 40. 40 more. And see how that treats us. Probably put back some of these blue circuits now. Not the whole lot of them, but just enough to where I don't feel like I'm carrying around too much of a, you know, nest egg on me to where if I die I'm gonna lose a lot. So, and of course the risk of dying is always present because let's face it, look who's playing. This guy. This is the same guy who stopped and let a biter or a spitter just spit at him from outside the wall. Just kind of watched as he died. That was embarrassing. that was actually... Oh, I looked back on it and I was like, I can't believe I just sat there while he just spit on me, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna die. I'm like, he'll die before I die because I have lasers and he has spit, and clearly, logically, spit is more powerful. Oh, sorry, lasers are more powerful than spit. But obviously, I was mistaken. So, yeah, I died. Put these guys down and see if they go to work. Check on their progress so far, because I definitely am tired of waiting to build this. It's always something that comes up to where I can't build it the way I want to build it, because I want to build it and I want to do something like put the miners, you know, maybe move these miners a little bit closer together. And then put some miners here and here and have like a secondary line going off like this. Up to be smelted, over to be smelted, and then, yeah. But if I leave these solar panels here, it'll force me to put the furnaces sort of cramped into this area or cramped into this small area here. But I'd rather have the whole area to put furnaces in. So, we'll see. This is probably going to have to wait till next time because we're reaching the point where, yeah, it's about 20 seconds left. According to my stopwatch. And this guy is not connected. Oh, it's because I don't have a big pole for him to connect to. So put this guy, I don't know, like right here works. There we go. All right. It'd be cool if you could like tell the robots like, hey, I want you 10, like I'm gonna select 10 of you guys. I'm gonna say you can only build laser turrets. I don't care if I ask you to build walls. You sit there and you wait until I ask you to build laser turrets. That way, I mean, of course, I could consolidate my storage now and stop having. I mean, it's mostly my fault that I have sand walls all over the place. I could probably set up a system where I have requester chests that request all my sand walls and sort of consolidate it up. And once it's full, I just morph it into a provider chest. That way, I consolidate all my sand into the same area. But yeah, it'd be cool if you could like tell the robots what they can and can't build. But that's gonna wrap it up for this time. I know this episode we kind of just did some logistics and some planning as far as what we want to do. I mean, I know I do like 30-minute episodes. I mean, I feel like that's a good time. But at the same time, sometimes Factorio progress is slow and steady. I mean, I know I did end the season last time on like 24 episodes. That's because I skipped a lot of content that I look back on. I'm like, you know what? I probably should have shown that. So that's why you're seeing a lot more this time. So next time, I promise you, we will start building our copper expansion that will turn into our secondary main bus for copper. And time permitting, we will also go ahead and start with our iron. So we have a new source of iron and copper, so we can stop trying to peel off of our current bus, which is, let's face it, pretty pathetic. And I'd like to get the opportunity to redo it, which is what we're doing now. So, my name's Oni. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.